Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D version 5 video. We are jumping straight back after detouring and flying a bit of X-Plane 12. Thought we would go back to the main sim, and I also wanna get a bit of time so that beta can continue to be developed and hopefully will look better the more it gets refined. But hence we'll go back to stable old P3D. And we're gonna fly the Mad Dog, the MD-82 with Kish Air, and we're flying from Kish Island to Dubai. So a very short flight, but I thought it would be fun. I think they fly this flight in real life actually. They have some MD-82s and some later models, and then they also have a Fokker, I think, Kish Air, if I'm not mistaken. So a very interesting airline. And I think I got the color right, and I checked on YouTube to see that they had the right FMC, so I'm hoping it's all correctly set up, but let's see. Do let me know if I'm missing something though. I don't mind getting the correct info online, and then I can set this up if I fly Kish Air in the future, right? So it's correct. Let's see if we can get the ground.
Connect the GPU, please. Stand by.
And let's see, I think the GPU is a separate unit. Oh, there we go. So we can get that connected. As you can see, it's very early morning. There doesn't seem to be any clouds. So a pretty nice morning actually. Let's have a look here. We don't need to do performance, but I do want to check documents, right? Because my text documents, we have nothing. But my image documents, we do have the Dubai one, so that's cool. Not really the best way how this is organized though, having Montreal, and so I'll have to find some way that makes this easier, but let's see. But at least we have that, which is nice. Let me just see normal checklists. We have that as well. Technical log, probably nothing that's wrong. Let's see if the yeah, that's looking good. The throttles are working. Let's actually get the panel lights on. Which you? That's a good question. Where can you find it? Let's deny with the flight deck door. Let's put on the start pump. That should be the panel lights. And that should also be panel lights. And then I think that should also be panel lights. Let's put those on. We should also have them here, right? And then down there as well. So let's get that up and about. Good. In terms of the next steps, it's basically confirming that we have the right inputs from our flight plan. Our total fuel does seem to be a tad bit low actually. And I'm trying to figure out how come, because we do have the online flight plan. Where we should be around 124 on takeoff weight. Let me have a look if we get different inputs from here. No, it is the same here. Very odd. I don't know why I get this. What could be? Let me see. Refueling. Fuel select. So that's correct. So let's see. Potentially the refueling could be the issue. So hopefully that will be fixed by getting the refueling started. Apart from that, what we can do is put on the position lights. We can wait with the anti-collision lights. We are refueling now, so that's good. I think we can open some of these doors, the aft one as well. Which I guess is a benefit with this type of aircraft, specifically if it's flying in Iran. And let's see, can you actually... Interesting. Thought for a while you would have the circuit breakers, but seems like you don't, so the DC-9 still has a bit of an advantage. Let's put a bit of speed here, so we have that, so we don't forget. And what we can thereafter do is to go to the ACARS page. So we'll go, not main, but we'll go to menu, ACARS, standard, pre-flight, any data. And I think we should be able to do a request. Let's have a look. Flight number, LEOX. Yes, very good. We're getting all of that data. We can ask for the flight plan. Hopefully that means we will get some prints out, but let's see. Haven't received any messages yet. And we have these different fuel stamps we need to put in. Hopefully I don't forget to do that. It does easily happen. There we go. Let's go and have a look at our received messages. Oh, wait a second. Let's see here. There we go. So flight plan. And we are getting the correct information, I believe. Let's have a look if the refueling has been successful. Are we even getting any refueling? I don't get that though. It says refueling now. Oh well. Let's see, we can print that one. Have a look at the crew message. Yeah, this looks correct. Let's have a look here as well at the printed page. Yeah, this looks correct with the different waypoints. Now we just gotta make sure we get that. That fuel loaded. And what are we at? 778. Let's see if we request. I thought we had No clue actually. Let me see if I request refueling from GSX. Maybe that one will work. That could be the issue, of course. Because we need quite a bit more fuel. We need around 14.4. But okay, good. We got the messages here. Let's have a look on the flight log. Nothing there. Nothing with reports, post-flight. Anything with the pre-flight. Now we have the flight plan. So let's go back to menu. We can put this to the legs page. And here we can actually start putting in the relevant data. Not sure what gate we're at. 103. Let's see if the database has that one. It does not. In terms of please don't load fuel just yet. Please use the refueling system of your aircraft. Okay, now it's refueling, so we just needed the GSX. And now we're getting the refuel from the Texaco vehicle over there. So that's happy days. So now I'm starting to get how this airplane is meant to work together with GSX. Just takes a bit of time, but we're getting there. The only thing I couldn't find was anything in relation to Kish, you know, safety or similar, so we'll just use the Iran Air. It's not the correct, of course, not even close. But it's the closest thing we have to it, so we will just have to do. Let's see, we have 127 packs. Let's also use Iron Air for the boarding. I guess we could use Mahan as well. Do we have Iron Air? Iran Air? No, we do not. So we'll borrow Mahan Airs, because that's the closest one I can think of. We don't have any Kish. We have Mahan. And we have Iron Air. I'm gonna do the Iran Air one. Okay, we're still loading the fuel. We can request boarding as well. No pushback tug needed. Boarding passengers now. So that's good. We have the crew going into the aircraft. That's good. Very good, good, good. We have the doors open on this side, the cargo doors. We can see some of the skyline there in the back. I think these are supposed to be lights for the airport, but they look a bit weird. It's otherwise a pretty good freeware one, this Kish Island one. I am a fan. So let's see now, in terms of getting the right, we had the origin already. So we can do the destination, then we can do the runways, 09 left, so we have to kind of do this still, even though we have the ACAR system. So 09 left, we're doing the Osari one, wait, the Orsa 1B actually, not that one. Let's redo that. Departure, 09 left. Orsa 1B.
Passenger's bus is coming.
Let's also do the arrival one for 12 left. That's gonna be the Vuteb 3B. So there we go. Let's see if we want to do the transition or if it's better if we just get a straight in approach. It might actually be preferable to get a straight in, just for the fact that it's a bit shorter. We don't have to fly the whole shebang. But let's see. Or actually it doesn't. I think we're gonna have to fly this one anyway. So let's see, we're doing the ILS 12. If you do REREC, yeah, it's gonna be the same. So let's just load that. Okay, we need to open the rear exit. For some reason it's saying we don't have it open. Potentially it's thinking that that's the rear exit. Or is it saying that we can't open the door because we don't have hydraulic pressure? Let me have a look. So, are we missing a door? No, it's open. Could the problem be the hydraulics? Let's see if I put on these. Okay, now it worked. So potentially it was just that. We can close that. Exit. Now we can scroll back. Hopefully they should be boarding correctly now, but let's see. Looks pretty good. Let's pull this one out so we get it aligned. And now we have the right fuel as well. Okay, so I'm starting to get this slow and steadily. Let's do the REREC one for a transition. Let's go to route. So after Orsa we're flying the... Oh, sorry, that was not meant to happen. We're flying the R784 to Tatla. And then after that we're flying the L223, so another via, and that's to Buteb. And that should basically make sure that these are joined together. We shouldn't have any discontinuities, which it doesn't look like we have, so we can execute that. I can just quickly zoom out here. I mean, we would need to change to the map, right, to get a better, but it does look correct, so I think we can be happy. Anything else we need to do? It's probably another bus that's gonna come before the boarding is finished. Are those vehicles the ones that helped here, or are they part of the scenery? I'm gonna guess it's vehicles are helping GSX. So, in order to start get going, we'll do the windshield. We can do the landing altitude stuff. The easiest is of course to just use the document here from my image, see what altitude we're looking at. What was it, 12 left, right? So around 11. So something like that maybe is reasonable. Landing barrow. Do we have that information saved? Let's have a look. Electronic flight folder. Here we go. Online flight plan. Okay, that's nice. We have it here. Always forget about that. So the weather radar destination. QNH 1010. What's that in? So 1010 is 2984. Something like that maybe. And skid and these are on. We can reset the ACARS one. External power is working. That's happy days always seeing that. We can also try the fire alarm.
Fire left engine. Fire right engine. Fire left engine.
Okay, that sounds good. We can push that out. Have a look if the flight directors are on. They were not on. So let's get those up and about. Our departure is 109, so quite close altimeter wise. 109. 109.
Passenger's bus is coming.
Our alternate OMA AA is the one in Abu Dhabi, right? So looks pretty good. The weather there as well. Should be fine. Let's see what other information do we have. We have the NOTAMs. Gun firing will take place. And additional information, wind information, flight log. Where's the weather one with the... Maybe it's not included in this. Oh well, doesn't really matter. We can just put that up. And I basically want to see the weights one actually, so let's have that one open. Cruising altitude will be at 23,000. And in order to make sure we have that correctly, we can check here, and we'll also connect to the simulator. Okay, let's see. So the thing that will take most time on this trip is just this little thing, this little snake.
Kish International Airport Information Whiskey, 1100 local winds are 058 at 4 knots. Sky condition VFR, temperature 28, dew point 6. Current QNH is 1009er. Arriving and departing runway 09er left.
Okay, that's good. Let's
Kish
have
International Airport Information Whiskey, 1100 local winds are 058 at 4 knots. Sky condition VFR, temperature 28, dew point
nothing
6.
there.
Current QNH is 1009er. Arriving and
Let's change the ground one then. We can put in the right information here. The fuel, what was that? 14.3 only. Is that correct? 14.4 it should be. Maybe some fluctuation. Not reserves. God damn it. Oh wait, I have to open another one. Like 3. Fuel schedule A. 0 fuel weight. We can basically just take this minus that, right? So 112 basically. Cruising, that was 253. 16 and a dew point of +6. Takeoff wise. Ah, is the boarding completed? Let's see if all the exits closed. They did. Is that the case with...
Can we finish our boarding process a little faster back there?
Well, let's check.
We'll see what we can do.
Okay,
No promises.
takeoff. So that's the one. We are doing runway 09 left. Dry. Let's just jump back to the 80s, get their info.
For knots, sky condition VFR, temperature 28, dew point 6. Current QNH is 1009er, arriving and departing runway 09er left. Kish International Airport automated weather observation 1200 local winds are 088 at 4 knots. Sky
088.
condition VFR, temperature 28, dew point 6. Current QNH is 1009er,
quite warm.
arriving and departing runway 09er left.
Takeoff weight will probably lose a bit, so
Kish International Airport automated weather observation
25.
1200 local winds are 088 at 4 knots. Sky condition VFR, temperature 28, dew point 6. Current QNH is 1009er, arriving and
flap
departing runway
3.5 is
09er left.
suggestion selected.
Kish
Let me
International Airport.
switch that one off. While the selected temp is 50, which is the same actually as we're getting from SimBrief. So that's nice. Okay, flap 3.5. Now how the hell do you set that? That's a very low flap setting, right? 3.5, that's basically no flaps almost. Okay, 3.5. And we can dial it in here as well. 3.5, let's see, that's 3, that's 3.5. What's our CG? Well, actually, let's enter those 38, 43 and 52. 43 and 52. So let's get that in. Or actually, don't put that there, right? We put it... Is it on this one, the assumed temp one?
Thank you.
God damn, I always forget how to insert that one. Let me see, Mad Dog. You first need to turn off the ARP. Sorry, God, can't even speak. So the ARP. How the hell do you do that? That's the decision one. Oh, this is the ART. So we need to turn that off. Then we can get put in a flex. So we want to go to 50. There we go. 184 EPR limit. Very cool actually.
No, it is open, so you can continue right on Alpha and all the way via Alpha to Fox.
Okay, good. Learning new things every day. Anything else to take or take
We're
note
ready
of?
to go when you are.
Don't think so. CG maybe. We can see it here. So takeoff
Good morning, ladies and
14.4.
gentlemen, and welcome aboard. Our flight time will be roughly 2 hours. Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all
That's
devices are in
15.
airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten
I
your
think that's
seatbelt and
about
make sure that all tray
14.4.
tables and seat backs are in the full upright and locked position
Let's see if
for
we can put
departure.
the trim
Flight
down.
attendants, please prepare cabin for departure.
Schiphol Center, goedemorgen, Transavia
There we
6223,
go.
we are fully ready.
Transavia 6223.
Let's start the APU.
The pushback in Alpha 5, again Charlie 11, and startup approved.
Let's see if that was enough or if we need to hold it down a bit.
Startup pushback in Charlie 11, approved Transavia 6223.
Yeah, there we go. We can also, I guess, remove the stairs. Get rid of those and start talking to the pilot to ADC. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's see how long our. It will be a very short taxi actually. 9 left is just to the left of us basically. Kish Air 4003, ready to copy IFR clearance.
Kish Air 4003 is cleared to Oscar Mike Delta Bravo climb via the ORSA 1 Bravo departure with the ORSA transition, then is filed.
Let's push that so we have it
Departure
armed.
runway 09er left. Climb to flight level 070 via the departure. Expect
Go to
higher
legs
clearances
page
2
here.
minutes after departure. Tehran Center on 120.3. Squawk 4623.
Let's put on
Kish
the
Air
fuel tank.
4003 is cleared to Oscar Mike Delta Bravo climb via the ORSA 1 Bravo departure with the ORSA transition, then is filed. Climb to flight level 070
Let's
via
get
the
galley
departure.
power.
Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Tehran Center on
Put on the APU
120.3.
air.
Squawk 4623.
Kish Air 4003 read back correct QNH is 1009er let us know when you're ready for pushback.
We never
QNH
did
is
that emergency light
1009er
test
Kish Air
actually, I just realized.
4003.
Let me try that quickly.
PA and emergency light test.
Okay, that's good. All the doors are gone. Happy days. Or gone, closed. Doors are closed. We have the APU. Now we can disconnect actually.
You're clear to disconnect.
Yeah, we have APU, so that's good to see. APU is giving us voltage. The electrical power. We still have the chocks, but I assume when we... Let me see if we have to remove those. I think they are removed when we remove the parking brake. But good, we are basically ready. Don't think we can zoom in more than that. So let's ask for pushback clearance. Let's put in our squawk, which we put in up here. And it's 4623. 46, let's put it on so I don't forget. 4623. Kish Air 4003, ready for pushback.
Kish Air 4003 pushback approved.
Pushback approved Kish Air 4003.
We don't need to start engines before pushback, even though I appreciate that. I don't think we need to keep these on. But we do need to bring up those pneumatic levers. We can also put the...
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
We're a bit low on the hydraulic pressure, but I guess that's fine.
Kleine goedemorgen, Delta 52 fully ready.
Let's say that we have the seatbelt signs on. Anti-collision lights can go on. Oh yeah, now I remember, if you put the anti-collision lights on with the GSX system, I think the GPU is disconnected, something like that. I think that was one of the errors when I tried to fly this at some point. Well, that was a interesting move. I guess technically we don't need a pushback here, but let's just do it anyway. Nose left, tail right. And we will release parking brakes. Start at will. And let's see if I remember how we do this. I need to put that to boat. Let's start with the right engine. We need to get it above 21. And then we can release the fuel lever. Okay, we're getting... We still need to push that.
Ladies and gentlemen, please
Okay, let's
direct your
see if it's starting
attention.
now.
Ready for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for
There we
flying
go.
with us.
So the right engine is starting.
وقت بخیر خانم ها و پیشگاه شهدای اسلام و شما مسافرین گرامی. هواپیمای جمهوری اسلامی ایران هما در هواپیمای جمهوری اسلامی ایران مهمترین اصل است. مهمانداران برای حالات اضطراری مختلف کاملا آموزش دیدند.
Okay, there we go. That was weird. The PAC-X it wasn't really working.
The airline of Islamic Republic of Iran aircraft. Safety is of most importance in all Iranian flight. Our cabin crew are well qualified to carry out all
I guess
emergency
it's not the
procedures.
best
Please pay full attention
safety
to the cabin crew
video I
instructions.
found
بار دستی خود را در محفظه‌های
for
بالای سر و
Iron
یا
Air.
صندلی مقابل خود قرار دهید. لطفاً از درست قرار گرفتن
Okay,
بار
let's see
خود
if we can
مطمئن
get
شوید.
that one going
هیچ
up.
یک از وسایل خود را
There
در
we
راه‌ها
go.
و
And we
مقابل
can
راه‌های
release.
خروجی قرار ندهید.
Your hand luggage must be stowed in the overhead bins or under the seat in
Good,
front
good,
of you.
good.
Please ensure that it does not fall in.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Clear and free of any objects.
کمربند ایمنی هنگام برخاستن و
Let's
نشستن
put on the
هواپیما
pitot heat.
و زمانی که چراغ
Looks
کمربند
somewhat stabilized.
روشن است باید بسته باشد. کمربند ایمنی به این صورت بسته، محکم و باز می شود.
We
کمربند
don't need to do
نوزاد
anything
توسط
extra
مهمانداران در
here,
اختیار
right?
شما
We
قرار
can put
خواهد
on
گرفت.
the ram air.
هنگام استراحت کمربند ایمنی را به گونه‌ای ببندید
That
که
one.
قابل رویت باشد.
The seatbelt must be
Turn
securely
that off.
fastened during takeoff and landing, and whenever the fasten seatbelt sign is switched on.
And turn off the APU.
The seatbelts are fastened, tightened, and unbuckled like this.
Kish Air 4003, ready to
It is
taxi.
recommended to keep your seatbelt fastened all the time.
Kish Air
and secure it
4003
over your
runway
blanket
09er
while
left.
sleeping.
Taxi via taxiway Alpha.
در
Hold
صورت
short
کاهش
runway
فشار هوایی
09er
We're
left.
basically just gonna taxi straight and then to the left.
Runway 09er left. Taxi via taxiway Alpha. Hold short runway 09er left. Kish Air 4003.
Okay, let's see now. We
Kish Air
wanna
4003 contact Kish International Tower on 119er.6.
سر خود بیاندازید.
add
Power on
3.5
119.6 Kish Air
flaps.
4003.
We have that added. We should have the trim correctly set.
If there is a sudden
So
decrease
that's
in the
good.
cabin pressure, the oxygen
We have the
masks
right
drop
takeoff
automatically
flex
down
is
from the
set.
overhead panel. Pull
Very
one of the
good.
masks down to activate the oxygen.
Let's have a look. Looks pretty clear. The guy is walking away. And the sun is continuing to come up. Here we have some oldies parked. Oh, here we have the main terminal. Interesting. Didn't even think of that. For some reason, I actually thought we were already at the main terminal, but no, we were not. Master caution. No need for that. We need no slides. Art inoperative. And that's fine, right? We don't need to put it back. Okay, but it should be off. So let's release parking brake. Okay, we are taxiing with idle thrust. Let's add a bit of thrust. So we can taxi a bit faster. Let's see if the pillar is working. Let's check what else do we need to set. We need to set these two right. Trans and on. We don't need the pneumatics. Takeoff and armed. Okay, let's see if everything is working. But the brakes seem to be working. And same with the elevators and rudders. We now need to put on the weather radar. Even though, I mean, we're probably not gonna need to use it. Art enough, which is correct. At least for flex tech takeoff. TCAS is on. We have the right inputs.
In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, emergency seat mounted light or emergency escape path
You can keep that on the landing runway document. Or the ILS 12 left document. Here we have some choppers. Okay, let's try to get back on the center line.
By cabin crew. Please remove high-heeled shoes during evacuation. استعمال دخانیات و استفاده از سیگار الکترونیکی در پرواز ممنوع میباشد. همچنین دستشویی‌های هواپیما مجهز به دستگاه
And everything should be correctly set up, I hope at least.
Smoking is prohibited throughout the aircraft and laboratories are equipped with smoke detectors. You cannot use any electronic cigarettes either.
Okay, but that's good. So the art in up should continue to be displayed until after takeoff. Let's see if we can... Yeah, we got the tower handover. Kish Air 4003, ready for takeoff.
Kish Air 4003 is at 088 at 4 knots. Runway 09er left cleared for takeoff.
Okay, landing lights, and then we wanna also do the strobe. So we have all the lights up and about. We'll taxi to the runway. So stop. And then let's see, I guess EPR limiter is the one thing I'm gonna press for this to work. Okay, let's start adding a bit of thrust, making sure it's stable. Okay, EPR. We are the spoilers. There we go. Takeoff thrust set. Oh, we should actually have waited for the safety one to be ready. But let's say it's just a video, right? Maybe that's fine. Let's hide this one. Hey, not cross check. Come on. Airspeed is
wish
also
you have a
alive.
pleasant flight.
That was checked. Ivan, rotate. Okay, we have a positive rate of climb. Not sure why I didn't get the call outs actually. Doesn't really matter in the end. But interesting enough. We can go with the VNAV. Okay, that's up. The gears are up, so that's good. We can go flap 0 already. Have a quick look on the outside. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Pretty decent. We can change to climb.
Climb thrust set.
And go to auto. And continue turning.
Kish Air
I'll trim a bit.
4003 contact Tehran center on 120.3.
Center on
So we're not.
120.3 Kish Air
Now we're on
4003.
flap 0. It always gets stuck.
Slats retracted.
They can do the nose slides off.
Center Kish Air 4003
Unarm the speed brake.
070.
Kish Air 4003, good morning.
Anything else we need to do? We can put the auto brakes to off. And we're climbing. Looking pretty good. Yeah, these are not the best viewpoints. Yeah, we need to turn quite a bit. Let's trim. Trim a bit more.
Kish Air 4003, climb and maintain flight level 130.
I'm gonna put in the main one that we'll have 230, since we're probably just gonna be getting climb. I'm gonna trim a bit down as well, so we don't climb too fast. Okay, looking good otherwise though, that's nice to see. Let's steal this one as let's trim a bit below. Okay. Anything else we need to remember? We're coming up on 10,000 feet, so we can already go to standard in baro ref terms. Same with this one. Okay, let's trim up a bit. And let's turn a bit more. Okay, we really wanna climb now. We can probably go to seatbelt signs off. Let's turn back a bit while we decrease our climb. I'm actually gonna turn on the autopilot now. No need to force myself to use
Gentlemen, we have now passed 2,000 feet. You may turn on larger portable electronic devices.
to use the manual method of flying this aircraft.
Throughout the duration of the flight. Do not form a line near the
It's not gonna be that much more interesting. It will be one turn, then basically a straight, and then we'll do the approach. So we're saying goodbye to beautiful Iran.
Go ahead. We can give you level 370 in at least 20 minutes. However, Okay, copied, maintain level 350.
Or actually, maybe this one looks even nicer with the sun in the background. Okay, and we have about 27 minutes until landing. We can already have a look at the approach ref. Is this correct? Yeah, it does seem to be correct. I'm guessing it's a bit discrepancy in the course.
4003 climb and maintain flight level
211
190.
is the
Climb and maintain flight level 190
decision
Kish
height.
Air 4003.
Yeah, we're getting further clearances to climb. And let's put it here as well. 211. Let's put it here, right? And that should be perfect. We can probably put it here as well. Just so we have it. Nothing in terms of the weather. We actually did forget one thing, so I wasn't really following. We forgot to put in the info for the flight log, right? The fuel info. So that would have been something like 142 probably on that one. God damn it, but now we can't. And then that would have been something like 35, right? Maybe. So that's after we've just started climbing. So yeah, we did forget that. So not really following the procedures correctly, but good enough. Good enough.
Kish Air 4003 contact Emirates Center on 124.85.
Center on 124.85 Kish Air 4003.
What about the descent actually? There's no restrictions. What does this one?
Center Kish Air 4003 climbing to flight level 190.
Sorry, I want to go to menu. Okay, we should be at emote, and after that we have our top of cruise and top of descent. Okay, let's see if we get further clearances to climb. So far nothing.
Kish Air 4003 expect the VUTE-3 Bravo arrival with the VUTEB transition for the ILS approach to runway 12 left with the Rirak transition at Dubai International Airport.
Noted.
Expect the VUTE-3 Bravo arrival with the VUTEB transition for the ILS approach to runway 12 left.
Let's have a
with
look
the
at
Rirak
Kish
transition
Air.
4003.
So it's based on Kish Island, international, domestic and charter services. There we got the final one. It was started back in 1989, so it has a bit of history. They had some Tupolev 154s actually, together with the MD-82s, which I guess they've had since. They also had Yakovlev's 42. I wonder when they retired their Tupolev's 154.
Kish Air 4003 descend to cross VUTEB.
They do have one
at below
Airbus
flight level
A321.
120, then descend via the VUTE-3 Bravo arrival with the VUTEB transition to cross Rirak at or above flight level 030 QNH is 1010 at Dubai International Airport.
They've had actually an incident of Fokker 50 that crashed.
Bravo arrival with the VUTEB transition to cross rear at or above flight level 030 QNH is 1010 Kish Air 4003.
Are we gonna be able to climb on time? Let's force the climb. See if that will be enough to get us before the top of the descent. Let's do seatbelt signs off since it didn't do it automatically. What's the missed approach? Continue forward, right? Or something like that. Climb 3000 direct to Austin. Yeah, okay, that's fine. And hold. Hold Talto, I'm gonna guess Talto is the equivalent, maybe a bit older or newer. Okay, we are now at altitude hold. Let's see if it's able to stop our ascent, and that it was. We got clearance to already descend to 23,000. Oh, sorry, 23. We can hold at 23. We got descent clearance to 3,000. So let's put that in. Let's go back to VNav. We can arm that one. So yeah, a very quick flight. This will be around 15 minutes remaining. And we should soon start seeing the United Arab Emirates in the background. We actually forgot to turn off the lights. So let's do it now. We can turn them on once we're back to 10,000 feet. I don't think we need ram air, but I guess it's fine to keep it on. Let's have a look that these are working correctly, and that they seem to be doing. Drag required. I think we'll be fine. We have such a long way down still, and it's gonna be ping-ponging a bit. Anything else we need to remember here? Transition altitude is at 13,000, so it's quite high. Might be good to get altimeter. Let's see if we can do that. Kish Air 4003. Say altimeter at OMDB.
Kish Air 4003 QNH is 1009er.
QNH is 1009er Kish Air 4003.
Or maybe we have to, let me see. Kish Air 4003, say altimeter at Dubai.
Kish Air 4003 QNH is 1009er.
1009er.
QNH is 1009er Kish Air 4003.
I'm gonna start setting it already just to not forget that. Can we request a direct to, let's say, Ukrim? Would that even be possible? I guess we could request vectors, right? But easier would probably be just to follow. But in real life, I guess you would get a direct clearance. If there is enough traffic, right? Let's put on the seatbelt sign and ask that our passengers do the same. Won't be time to serve drinks for everyone.
Gentlemen, the flight crew has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please attend to your seat and fasten your seatbelt.
deck, this is your first officer. Gunner descent, and please proceed on the ground soon.
Let's do the prepare for landing one. Did we get that out? I hope so. I do hope so. Okay, let's see. Anything else? Now we can keep cruise. Still around 15 minutes to go. We have the VNav set properly. When we have most of the approach things, we can put the lights on again. We're reaching 10,000 soon. Altimeter is also set. It really handles well, this aircraft. This is a joy to fly, and FPS wise it's also amazing, right? This is like the standard I wish all planes could keep, even though it's a high standard. I guess technically we should have checked if there was anti-ice or ice warnings, but I doubt there would be any. Oh, sorry. That's my Walker Air passport map. I was thinking if I was going to do a flight with Walker Air, but I ended up doing a real airline flight instead. Thought that would be more fun. It depends a bit on what I'm feeling like doing. But let's check the weather. Doesn't seem to be any warnings of icing or similar. Not even above the desert. And we do have a bit of a tailwind, but just tiny amounts of it. It's mainly crosswind. But I'm gonna guess that has helped us in terms of fuel.
FedEx 5040, compression now direct to Getzo.
Position direct to Getzo, FedEx 5040.
Okay, let's see.
Final description. Goodbye. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to select any track one final time. Please use your prepaid message
Let's see. We're now in the lovely approach. Gonna be ping-ponging. Back and forth, back and forth. We have most lights. Maybe we can do the nose lights as well. Not gonna make too much of a difference. Okay, let's see. We have a bit of loadings. Probably the city itself starting to load in, as we can see now. Getting all the buildings in the distance. Do we have any clouds? No. There is literally no clouds. Let me have a look at windy. Well, I mean, technically it's correct. There's really no clouds here. God damn. Makes the approach a bit boring. Would be nice with the volumetric ones, see how they compare. But oh well, we can live like this. We'll just continue descending. We can go down all the way to 2000 actually, because we're gonna get the clearance for that, I have no doubt. And we can go with medium. What's the landing gonna be? We can't calculate, but I think 1/3 is sufficient to have in mind. It usually goes quite well with that. And I'm gonna go and get something to drink, and we can just let this one slowly descend. Do we have any good viewpoints? Actually, maybe better to have one from within the aircraft itself. Something like that maybe, and I'll be right back.
Kish Air 4003 contact Minhit approach on 122.5.
Approach on 122.5 Kish Air 4003. Approach Kish Air 4003 descending via the VUTE-3B arrival with the VUTEB transition to 3,000 feet.
Kish Air 4003, good morning. Continue descent via the Vute 3 Bravo arrival with the VUTEB transition.
Continue descent via the VUTE-3 Bravo arrival with the VUTEB transition Kish Air 4003.
Bravo, below 100, you speed at 50, central approach, come up 1 speed to 50, below 100, not 1205, okay, that's 26 Bravo, goedemorgen. Left heading 150. Left heading 150, Charlie 96. Sierra, speed 250, expect you to descend in about 2 minutes.
November 250 and get up 187.
Line race in November, standard speed and approach, non-Holland 1205.
Center 1205, KLM 9 November.
Line speed 300 greater, descent level 150.
Descending level 150, speed 300 or greater, can be 6 miles.
Okay, the captain is back. We are about to make our final turn soon into the final approach to Dubai. It's all looking pretty good in terms of our height. Let's maybe change the viewpoint so we are following the aircraft itself. So we're gonna turn back into the airport for the final approach. Okay, let's see, returning, anything we need to remember specifically. You can see the glide slope fail, that's fine. You can see the localizer starting to pop up. Hopefully we should be able to turn in time. And I'm gonna assume it should be fine. I'm too used to flying these planes that I can't trust fully. I should try to do a flight with the Coronado ATR before this, but it was actually pretty decent, but it's just so lacking in system depth. It's a pretty good Coronado aircraft though, not gonna lie. So it's not bad, it's just nothing compared to the more high fidelity add-ons.
Continue the heading, your speed to 80 or less for the 180 center.
I copy 180 center and I continue the heading with speed to 80 or less, KF5 circle. Morning of 31, Golf X-ray, control 220, Danish 290 knots, with 621 information, Mike.
Advance 31 Golf X-ray, hello, make your speed 300 and proceed direct to the
Okay, let's wait that before we do approach. I just don't want us to follow the glide path unnecessarily close. Let's see if we get also the handover to tower. And let's check seatbelt signs, nothing else up here to do. That's on cruise and that's fine. In turn we have the decision altitude. We have this one which we want to arm, we need to get the gear down. Actually one thing we did forget was to do these ones. We should have put them to off and actually only now put them to on. Yeah, a lot of rookie mistakes by me actually. That's why you need to follow a checklist. But I'm bad at that. I wing it too much. Okay, let's see, we're still descending. And I think that's the glide slope starting to come alive. You can see the beautiful Dubai skyline, the 2012 Dubai skyline to be to
Kish
be
Air
exact.
4003, you are off course. Turn left to heading 100 to return to course.
No clue
Heading
what.
100 Kish Air 4003.
No clue actually what it's babbling on about. We've been following it correctly this whole time actually. Very strange. Let's go to slats 1. Slats
extended.
25.
And let's add a bit more. And do we wanna put down the landing gear already? Let's do that. Let's also disconnect the thrust levers. We wanna do manual. And let me actually have a look. So I don't want us to be descending like crazy, so I'm also gonna disconnect the autopilot. The autopilot, yeah, we have that disconnected now. Okay, we have the gear down.
Flaps 15.
Let's add a bit of thrust. I'm also gonna press the ILS. Oh, we're very off now actually, I noticed with the course. I can't see any. Oh, there we can, so someone's taken off.
Kish Air 4003 resume navigation.
Resume navigation Kish Air 4003.
Let's add more flaps and a bit more thrust. I'll try to trim this one out so we can get back on the glides path. At least somewhat. Okay, now it's looking like we're seeing it. Come on. Okay, let's go to flaps full. Let's add that. And arm the speed brake. Okay, let's see. Okay, looking okay. We can really slow down with these engines. Let's see if we can maintain the glide path. We're coming in a bit fast, to be frank. Oh, it's a bit smoky, or I guess dust. Okay, let's see. Are we actually seeing some...
500. 400. Light slow. Light slow. Light slow. Light slow.
Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah, that was a bit low. sorry, I was trying to get the auto throttle. It's a bit hard to get this one to slow down actually, not gonna lie. Yeah,
River, Simple, Delta level 70, 05 turbo.
then okay, let's get the nose down.
2 in reverse.
Okay, let's try to maintain center line. Let's go manual braking.
60 knots. Reverse lights out.
Ah, we did it. We did it. Not the best approach though. I should have kept it on autopilot a bit longer than I did, to be frank, just to get the line with the glide slope. And how do you shut that throttle thing off? Oh, maybe you just press there. But I'm afraid that once I pressed there, or one time, the auto throttle kicked in again. Oh well. Maybe I was just unfortunate that time around. Let's close those. And we can actually... let's turn to the right. I was thinking if we should turn to the left instead. I know some of the smaller ones parked there. Well, let's turn to the right for this time. I do wonder where Kish do park at Dubai though when they go, and which airline or which airplane they use. Maybe they don't use the MD-82 when they fly to Dubai. I did see some pictures that they definitely used it at some point, right? But the question is if they do it anymore. Let's keep these lights on. Kish Air 4003, ready to taxi.
Kish Air 4003, this is Minhat approach on 122.5. Sorry, I can't handle that request.
Must we again not hand it over to tower? I have no clue. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna close down pilot to ADC. It is what it is. Let's turn here. I'm just gonna get myself... I need to have a look at that. Maybe I by mistake have deselected some setting, which puts the whole thing in shambles. Oh, there's a lot of A380s here. And 777. I'm gonna guess not only at this airport, but also at the Sharia airport. Okay, let's continue taxiing on this route. Now we can remove these, go to position, start the APU oil pressure low. Now let's see if it works, but hopefully it should. It looks pretty neat. Ah, the 777 beauty. Fly Dubai there. Okay, let's see. We're getting the APU started. That's very good news. Do we have any minor... Oh, that car was a bit optimistic with its driving. It looks like a lot of wide body. Which I guess makes sense. I mean, it's mainly a wide body airport. Let's just turn here and then park on one of these. We're not gonna find, I think, a too much smaller gateway anyway. Let's take this one, B287. Oh wait, B27, sorry. Me talking crap. Hey, let's see. Let's park here. That seems pretty aligned. We don't want to go too much forward, right? That should be enough. That's okay, man. We won't push it. Let's do the APU buses. Yeah, the APU is working. We can shut the engines. Put out the autopilot light, and then what we... Sorry, autopilot light. We can put off the seatbelt sign. Sorry, I'm recording this very late. I just really wanted to take a last flight of the day. Let's see. What we want to do is pack X, and we want to do the seatbelt sign off on that one. We also want to open a door. I'm pretty sure that's going to be one of those requirements to get the deboarding started. 121. Pretty good landing. With the jetways work here. They do actually work here. Okay, that's pretty cool. Pretty sweet for our little Kish MD-82. Hanging out with the big boys, the 777s and the A380s. Not bad, not bad. Okay, let's have a look. We can go a bit back on the... I want to see at least a bit of the approach. So here's the texture, dust or sandstorm. I guess not sandstorm, but dust in the air. This can't be good for the engines, I imagine at least. But okay, pretty cool effect anyway. It's an old add-on, right? Felt like we were a bit low, but we actually made it pretty well. We were though a bit low, which you notice here, because we should be at this point a bit further forward. We have the flare a bit early. I do crab, but not enough, I would say. An okay landing, but nothing spectacular. A bit hard to maintain center line. But we tried. But yeah, an interesting short flight, flying Kish Air. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you have any recommendations what to fly next, feel free to put it down below. And otherwise, until next time, thank you for watching, bye bye.